Hello, I'm Jodi Ginsberg of Ginsberg Law Offices. Today I'm going to speak to you about some forms that you might receive in the mail. As an unrepresented claimant at this point in time, you may be wondering, what is it that I'm getting in the mail? It might be a WC1, it might be a WC2, it might be a WC3. Those are forms that say Georgia State Board of Workers' Compensation across the top, and at the bottom of the form you will see, it might say, as I said, WC1, 2, or 3. What are those forms? Why are you getting them? What should you be doing with them, and what do they mean? A WC1 is basically your claim form where the insurance company has received information from your employer that probably has your name and address and your rate of pay and the number of hours that you work per week. It might have something on there that says back sprain or shoulder injury or knee injury, whatever might have happened to you. Most of the time it never gets into great detail. By now, you may be several months into your claim, you may have had an MRI, and you may have a herniated disc in your back, or a broken hand, or an ACL tear, or a rotator cuff tear, or a cervical disc injury. But that form is usually simply going to say back sprain, neck sprain, shoulder injury, knee injury. Don't get too concerned about that. It's just the initial information that was given by the employer to the insurance company when this injury occurred. On that form, in Section A, is all about the general information I just referred to. Sections B and C are very important because they talk about whether or not in B the insurance company is actually going to start paying you weekly income benefits. And most of the time in Section B you're going to see what your average weekly wage is, AWW is what that means, and then what your TTD benefit rate might be, TTD, temporary total disability benefits. And remember, you are only entitled to 66 2/3% of your average weekly wage, with a cap, depending upon the year, of somewhere between $400, $450, and currently it's $500. But I don't want to be too specific about that because it will depend on when your injury occurred. That's something you can certainly check with us about. And on Section C, you might be very interested to read that because it might indicate that they're not paying you any benefits and they are what's called controverting your case, meaning they're denying your case. And they may refer to OCGA, Official Code of Georgia Annotated 34-9. That is the statute that refers to workers' compensation in the state of Georgia. And under that statute there are many, many defenses that can be raised and issues to be discussed, and sometimes the insurance company will simply say, we are denying this case, but they won't say it like that so you understand it. They'll simply say OCGA 34-9 controverting, meaning they're not going to accept the case. Depending upon what kind of form you get, the WC1, the WC2, which also talks about acknowledging the claim and paying out certain benefits, the WC3, which is an outright denial of your claim, you're certainly welcome to call us and speak with us about these about these forms, and we're happy to explain to you what they mean and what it means for your case and how we might continue on if you're receiving weekly benefit checks and medical care and what that means for your case, and if your case has been controverted or denied and what that means for your case at this point in time. Please don't hesitate to call us 770-351-0801. Thank you.